Guys, welcome back to a brand new episode of Kingdom Come Deliverance. This is Tornberg. Remember this from the very start of the game, where you escaped to on the horse. We're back. Where is my horse, actually? My personal horse. There you are, you beautiful creature. So what we're doing right now is a main quest. We're trying to find the bandit with the dodgy leg, the limp. And that apparently is in that direction, northeast. So that's where we're going to go. That is the goal. I am trying my best to upload these episodes as quick as possible. They do take a lot of time though, in terms of rendering, editing, uploading. It's not easy. What's happened there? I don't want to know. No doubt we will bump into bandits on our travels. No doubt. We're looking for hopefully a new fast travel point. Can I go into that forest? I might give it a go actually. I want to go quite direct. If that's possible. I must admit, guys, I do like my horse. If someone kills my horse, I will be fuming. If they kill my horse, I got quite attached. I will not lie. Oh, careful. We'll see. This is a golf course. Looks like a golf course. I don't think it is. But it feels like one. Yeah, so trying to find this bandit. I guess we'll probably follow some leads and eventually find him. I don't know. Honestly, I've got no idea. I'm excited. I'm very excited. What a game this is, though. They must feel such a sense of achievement. For this to be their first ever game, it's just, I keep saying it, it's just mind-boggling. They must feel like amazing. Must feel absolutely amazing. Right, find out where the limping bandit lives. Well, that sounds easy. Look at the amount of houses! For Christ's sake. It'll take me years. Right, let's see who's nearby. Perhaps we can ask them some questions. There's a lot of houses around though. This will not be easy. There's a guy there. Let's talk to him. We have a new fast travel point. Nice. Success. I have done a bit of trading outside of the video. I got a fair amount of gold now. Or a fair amount of coin. Hello, Mr. Farmer. Yeah, I'm here. Can we have a chat? Villager. I'm trying to find this bandit.
God be with you.
He's got a limp. Can you help me?
I'm looking for a fellow who lives here, but I don't know his name. Do you know anyone with a limp?
Must be that farmhand Luposh. I don't know what the hell you'd want him for, and I don't much care. He's got a cottage on the edge of the village near the stream.
Aha! We have a lead. Nice. That was quick. We are Mr. Detectives, aren't we? We have a lead, guys. Look how big this town is. Damn. This is all new. We've never been here before. It was clouded over on the map, so it's all brand new. Right, we have a lead. Nice. Very nice. I will take my horse. This could turn into a one-on-one battle, couldn't it? Is that house on? That burnt. Look. What happened there? I feel quite cool being on my horse, going at quite a slow pace. I don't know why. I just feel cool. Just why not? Yeah. Okay, I should probably just get on with this. Gallop, horsey. Is the house there? I'm not sure. I'll have a look on my map. It's literally just there. Okay, that wasn't far. Why is there a crowd? Why is there a crowd? Is that blood?
Move along, citizens. Move along. There's nothing to see here.
If that's what you call nothing to see, I'd like to know what something to see looks like.
By the keys of St. Peter, this is all I need. We'll have to send word to Sir Hanush.
That might not be necessary.
Who are you?
I'm Henry of Skalitz, in the service of Hanush's Captain Bernard. I'm investigating the attack at Neuhof, and I think this could be related.
Well, I'm the bailiff of Auschwitz. And I say we don't want any of that kind of trouble around here. What makes you think this has anything to do with Neuhof?
One of the folk at the stud farm recognized someone from Auschwitz among the bandits.
We have no bandits or murderers around here.
Really? They say he had a limp?
Shit. Well, allow me to introduce you to Limpy Lubosh. Or all that's left of him.
I think he might be dead. What? Wow.
Nothing's ever easy. I'll have to take a look around and ask a few more questions, if that's all right with you.
You can take this mess off my hands and welcome to it. As for what else there is to find out, I don't know. But look and ask all you like.
Guys, did you see that body? I'm getting no money for this video. Officially. Wow. I'm not going to cut it out either. I mean, what's the point? When was the body found exactly?
When did you find the body? And did anyone see anything?
Just now. And nobody saw or heard anything.
No screams?
I don't know how they could gut him like that without someone hearing him scream.
Exactly. How's that?
Who was
even
Limpy
happen?
Lubosh?
A poor crofter and a scoundrel. Can't say I'm too surprised what happened to him. He kept company with all sorts of vermin. He was always getting into some kind of trouble. Punch-ups in the tavern and what have you.
Why did he limp exactly?
How come he limped?
He got that from some villainy or brawl a long time ago.
Okay, do you know anything suspicious?
Has he been up to anything suspicious lately?
I don't know. The last few days he didn't go anywhere. He was home the whole time. But he always kept everyone in the village at arm's length.
Did he have any kith or kin in the village?
None. A loner he was. I don't know the last time I saw him with anyone.
Do you happen to know where he was on the night of the Neuhof raid?
I've no idea. He kept his distance from other folk, so you never knew if he was away or holed up at home.
I reckon he was definitely involved. Definitely.
Another thing about Lubosh.
No, that's it. Okay. there's nothing else to find out about him. All the questions have been asked. Who are you, young lady? Do you fancy a chat?
I've come in the name of Sir Hanish of Lipa. I'm investigating the massacre in Neuhof, and now a murder here as well. Can I ask you a few questions?
I don't know how I can help you, but ask if you must.
I will ask.
Who was this Lubosh who was murdered?
You could see at first glance he was no good. I kept well out of his way.
Okay.
Have you noticed anything suspicious recently?
There wasn't sight or sound of him for a long time, and then yesterday he turned up at the church and even talked to the parish priest. I never saw him do that before. Probably had a bad conscience.
That could be a lead. That could be a lead. Thank you very much. So, why did he talk to a priest all of a sudden? Feeling a little bit guilty.
Do you know what Lubosh was doing the day Neuhof was raided?
I don't think he was home. I didn't see him all day.
Yeah, he was
Do you know
definitely
who
there.
Lubosh used to spend time with? Kin or friends?
As far as I know, he had nobody at all in this world.
Alright, I think we're done
That's
here.
all. Thank
Thank
you.
you very much. Thank you for the lead. Talk to the priest. Right, should I go in there? Reluctantly. Ew! Right, I'm gonna shut this door. And I will not steal anything. I might be lying. There might be some leads in here though. Steal all. I'm just gonna steal all his stuff. I feel a little bit bad. Detective mode engaged.
Lord above, they did a hell of a job on him.
Oh, be
Must
like
have been agony. How come
pins.
no one heard anything?
I wonder if this was. I wonder if the priest was involved in this. He told the priest perhaps what he'd done. He was like, "That is terrible."
An inscription in blood. It's a pity I don't know how to read. Looks like they wanted to give someone a warning. But who? And a bandit who knows how to write isn't something you see every day.
I don't know what it says, to be honest. Zradle. Okay.
Could they have bludgeoned him to death and then gutted him? That would explain why he didn't scream.
So perhaps a surprise attack from behind or in front. And then they gutted him. Sorry, I'm trying to... that's what happened. Might as well steal his stuff. Doesn't need it anymore, does he? What about inside this chest? It says it's easy, but that doesn't always mean it's easy, unfortunately. Yeah, buddy! Done it! Nothing in there. I'm now overweight. Wonderful. I thought it might have sounded really important in there, but nope. Not the case. This looks fairly normalish as well. I might even eat from the pot. There's no point in going to waste. Yeah, I think there's nothing else in here. I thought there might be some sort of clue in here, but nope. So I wonder where this this priest is. Is that where A is? See A on the map. I would imagine that is the case. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, talk to the priest. Shoot that down? I can do. I mean, what other clues would there be? I mean, I searched the whole house. I've searched the body. I guess we could try and find the weapon, but I mean, where the hell would that be? Could be anywhere. Could be in the river. What do I know? Let's talk to the priest first. That's one of our main leads at the moment. Priest, we need to have a chat. The fact he come out of his house, which is quite rare, and spoke to the priest, and then the next day he's dead. That does look a little bit suspicious. I know the priest wouldn't do it himself, but perhaps he told someone else. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. What do I know? Is this a tavern? It's a lodging. I'm guessing he's in this this church. What's this? Is that the... Oh, it's a baker. I have a baker's dozen, please. Is that a priest? What is he doing? What are you doing, mate? That's weird for a priest to be doing that. Hello, Mr. Father Godwin. How are you? It's so random. Can I ask you a few questions? Do you know how to... Do you know how to... You know how to wield a sword?
I see you know how to wield a sword, Father. I wouldn't have expected that from a man of the cloth.
With a stick. I practice with a stick. A reminder of my youth and days gone by, and it helps keep me in good form.
Fair enough.
The blessings of our good Lord be with you, Father. I'm here in the name of Sir Hanush of Lipa, investigating the massacre at Neuhof, which seems to be connected to a murder here. Can I ask you a few questions?
It seems Sir Hanush is employing children as investigators. But ask as you wish, boy. I hope this nasty business will be cleared up quickly.
Did you know Lubosh? What was he like?
Bit of a lost soul. Simple, rough fellow, but at heart I don't think he was such a bad person.
Did you notice anything suspicious?
Did you notice anything suspicious recently?
My child, all sorts of suspicious things have been going on recently. People like Lubosh don't know what to do about it, and sometimes they do stupid things.
That's really not a lot of help to me, Father.
I'm sorry to hear that.
You're useless, honestly. Help me out a little bit.
Do you know what Lubosh was doing on the day
Trying to
Neuhof
help.
was raided?
Unfortunately, I do know. And I'd like to help you with your investigation, but I can't.
What?
What?
I'm bound by certain vows that forbid me to tell you.
Vows more important than catching dangerous murderers?
There are laws of God above the laws of man, son. And one of those is the sanctity of the confessional.
You are kidding me.
Father, surely you can't be serious. There must be situations in which you can make an exception.
There are things that apply always, no matter what the circumstances. And this is one of them.
You've got to be kidding me right now. I don't want to threaten the priest. That does sound a bit irresponsible. You could be condemning innocent people to death.
For heaven's sake, Father, can you really look me in the eye and tell me that, when you know you may be condemning innocent people to death?
I can. Because if I broke that vow, the consequences would be much worse than if I didn't. Maybe not immediately, but one day. The mills of God grind slowly.
Oh dear Lord, give me a break.
Father, Lubosh was my only lead to the Neuhof raiders. Only he could tell me who was responsible for that massacre. If I don't find out who it was, it will probably happen again. Surely you wouldn't want that.
I wouldn't. But I can't betray the sanctity of the confessional. I'll tell you what. Give me some time and I'll try to think up some way of helping you. Suppose we talk it over in the evening. In the tavern. Over a cup of good wine. Maybe we'll come up with something.
All right. Thank you, Father.
Let's get the father drunk! Yeah! That's a good tactic. He still trains with his sword. That sounds like a great idea. Let's get the man drunk. So that's probably, obviously, more towards the evening time. I'm not actually quite sure what the time is, to be honest. Quest log! So, mysterious ways. Meets the priest in the tavern in the evening. No, I can't find. I've been trying to like search around, try to ask people like any more details, but nothing's coming up at all. Perhaps we should have a drink with the priest then, I guess. Any of you guys can help, perhaps? No?
Are you serious?
I must speak to this guy. I'm desperate for details.
God be with you.
I need details. This is our only lead. Is that the priest? It's the priest! Should we ever sit down and a little drinky? Let's do it. Let's have a drink with the priest. See how this works out.
I'm sorry I can't tell you everything. But maybe we can work something out. But first I'd like to hear something about you, my son.
Okay.
With whom do I have the honor? Where are you from?
I might as well be honest.
I'm from Skalitz.
Oh. I'm sorry. What about your kin?
Both dead.
They're dead.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Here. We'll drink to them. It must have been terrible.
If I can get him a little bit drunk, that might be a good
terrible.
idea.
It seemed so pointless.
Could be a good strategy.
We had no warning. They just appeared and began the slaughter. God knows why. They killed anyone who didn't make it to the shelter of the castle. My parents, my girl, even the Deutsch who was on Sigismund's side. I didn't make it to the castle. I wanted to try and help my parents, but there was nothing I could do. Then I fled to Talmberg with the Cumans on my heels. They almost killed me. They slaughtered people in the surrounding villages. There was a pile of bodies in front of the church in Rovna. Folk who tried to take refuge there, but they...
My poor child. May God grant them eternal rest. And how did you come to get this assignment? I'd have expected Sir Hanush to send that old grouch, Bernard.
I don't know. I have no
He
idea.
did, but I found a witness and the trail led here to Ujits, so he sent me here to follow it up.
Ah, well, congratulations. It's nice to see someone using their head to find things out instead of torture. We'll have to drink to that. Now the most important thing. What actually happened in Neuhof? The good folks hereabout are saying all kinds of terrible things, but I take most of it with a pinch of salt.
It's, this time they weren't. It is all true.
The rumours aren't exaggerated this time, unfortunately. The Neuhof stud farm was raided by bandits, but they didn't come to pillage or even take the horses. They only wanted to kill. They maimed the horses and slaughtered some people. I'm sure they would have killed more, but the bandits quarrelled among themselves and broke off the attack. And judging by what's left of our Lubosh, they're still settling accounts.
I see it's every bit as bad as people claimed. Dreadful. Well then, here's to those poor souls who had to die so pointlessly and so terribly.
I've told you all about me. Now it's your turn, Father. You don't look much like our parish priest at home.
I noticed you're quite handy with a sword.
I noticed you're pretty handy with a sword. I wouldn't expect that of a man of the cloth.
You know what they say. The Lord moves in mysterious ways.
I mean, it's a wooden sword.
But this is a bit more mysterious than others.
Let's just say I haven't always been a priest. Fate led me to places where affairs were settled by force. These days, of course, it's just a bit of exercise to keep me in shape.
Well, fair enough.
Well, we've had an agreeable chat, but now let's get down to business. So, about this confessional seal. Do you really want more innocent people to die?
Do you?
Henry, that's not how it works. There are matters in which you can't make exceptions because if you do it once, you'll forever be tempted to do it again. If people stop believing in the church because their confessional secrets are betrayed, they won't trust anyone, and that's worse than even the most hideous crime.
Exactly. I don't necessarily agree with that, but you're making excuses, and then I've reached a dead end.
I understand, but that means I've reached a dead end. Those cutthroats will strike again, and I can't stop them.
Chin up, lad. I might have a solution.
What?
If I
Get
tell
drunk.
you what Lubos told me, I'd be betraying the confessional secret. But, first thing tomorrow, I'll try something I think might help you.
Word of honor?
On my soul.
I always wondered about the things a priest tells his congregation. Where on earth do you get the ideas for your sermons?
Well, Ujits isn't Prague. It's not enough to instruct people. They have to be entertained, too. If I only read from the Bible, I'd soon be preaching to an empty church.
Our priest wasn't exactly a bard. So what do you preach to your flock about?
It has to be something top condemning vices. And, of course, describing them in detail. A tongue lashing about the two popes goes down well these days. And stories from real life, with a nice moral to them, are popular as well. Especially if they're about fornication and similar scandalous vices.
Can you give me an example?
Well, recently a priest by the name of Jan Hus started preaching in Prague, in the Czech language, and the people liked it. I hear he always has a full house. A journeyman who heard him told me what Hus is preaching, and I like the sound of it. I'm thinking about putting it in my own repertoire.
What's so amazing about it?
The preaching of Master Jan Hus about Mother Church. The lamentable wealth in which the church is drowning has turned to poison, and nearly the whole of Christendom is contaminated. Just like a flock of hungry ravens, they settled on this land to devour every grain of gold and silver. They know no mercy. Their hearts are corrupted by longing for wealth, and they shamelessly profit from everything. You want to baptize a child? Pay. You want to steal and murder? Pay and you will have absolution. What if the devil himself were to pay? Would he ascend to heaven too? With such money gained from the poor, they buy beautiful horses to ride and needless servants to pamper them. They gamble at dice and dress their whores in expensive furs, while Jesus Christ walked barefoot and had no place to lay his head. Look to your consciences, you robbers of the poor, for you are seen by God and his people too. Amen.
Well, this Jan Hus character is quite a rebel.
Oh, the congregation will love it.
I don't doubt it.
Let's drink to that.
Funny. That last bit reminds me of someone.
What do you mean? My situation's completely different. Huth preaches against the prelates and the clerics who are robbing the poor. Look at me. I don't have a pot to piss in. I'm no better off than the folk I preach to. I'm one with them in poverty and suffering and everything that troubles them. I drink with them and curse those stuffed habits in Sasau Monastery.
Good neighbors.
Wow, that's a lot to take in. Alright, fine.
Don't you think it's a bit odd when someone boozes and lives in sin with a woman and then criticises the Pope for debauchery?
No, I don't.
Alright.
What do you think of this Jan Hus?
He's certainly a wise man. A little overzealous for my taste. If he got out of Prague and came here for a look, I'm sure he'd stop condemning drinking and lying with women.
Where can I find out more about his teachings?
You like it? I copied down some of his sermons. If you're interested, you can read them at my presbytery.
Oh, not sure about
What
that.
do the common folk think of it?
They like it. They're happy to hear someone say what they think themselves, but are afraid to say aloud. Things that make them angry. And they're calling for change. In a few years, it'll have grown beyond control. You mark my words, the people will rise up, and the church will be shaken to its very foundations.
Yeah, unless they burn him at the stake first.
Nonsense. They can't burn a master of the most respected university in Europe?
They can't do that. Enough about
Thanks for the sermon, but I think I've been morally uplifted enough. Oh, it's getting quite late. What are your plans, Father?
They're getting
What
drunk,
do you
aren't they?
suppose? We have a drink, of course.
They're definitely getting drunk. Let's keep
That
do
sounds
it.
like a good plan.
I knew you wouldn't let me down.
Let's get pissed. You learned university. How much drinks are they having? He's loving it, look.
Na kraj panu dziesnej smutek, do dnielo i rano utek, niech ich małżeński majstrat, do wczera żylne staje prak. Už sejmoj svatý muži, nechtěl bych bejbě i kůži, nám je to jedno a tak si dáme jedno a požerem si huby jako poslední jen. Půjďme s vámi a do rána slávy a tak vypal sudy a posaď se mi sem, tak posaď se sem a vypal je ven. Ukaž kozy jako vozy, zítra jen tu jsou nejden, tak nalej mi hned, ať točí se svět. Ty dneska vůbec nikdo neví, zase zítra Ježíši a není to naposled.
Enough of this!
Bailiff, come on over here, sit down and have a drink with us.
Don't vex me again, Father. It's 3 hours past dusk, and curfew is long gone.
So what?
So, I'll have you all whipped and put in the stocks, and I'll write a letter to the bishop about you, priest.
Well, nothing to worry about then. Everyone knows the only one around here who can write is me.
Enough! Men, throw them out.
You looking for a fight? Henry, back me up.
Are we about to fight? Have a drunken fight? Oh, this is not wise doing this. I didn't think this would happen. It's a priest. Alright, fine. Damn you.
Goodbye.
Oh my, he's not defending. Boom! Finish him off. I've got the power of drink. How's this man still standing up? Been absolutely pummeled in the head. He's out, he's out. I'll just keep pressing R1 and then just, oh.
Now
Here's your penance now.
Just the bailiff left, I think.
It's a sin to fight so fast.
Just the bailiff left. Just the bailiff left.
You're gonna cry.
The priest is helping me, but are we still gonna go to prison for this? I'm punching the bailiff. Do you know what I mean? This is not the best idea in the world. Okay, we helped. We helped Godwin. But was that the right thing to do?
Doing now? I could stop by and see her again. I enjoyed it last time.
No sooner said than done.
Go and see Teresa.
I'd
And we
love
are
to.
so drunk.
And Henry too, I'm sure. Right, Henry?
Stop that nonsense, Godwin. Are you out of your mind? What will people say?
They can say what they like.
I'm so
What do I
drunk.
care? What do they do to me? Watch the step, my dears.
I've got a
Careful,
really bad
you
feeling
don't
about
hurt
this.
yourself.
Godwin, you're a buffoon.
I've got a really bad feeling. I don't think that was the best thing to do. Don't ring
Here
the
we
bells.
are. Look at this beauty.
Don't ring it. Don't do it. Everyone's asleep.
We can't do this, can we?
Who says? Get ringing, wench.
What are we doing?
This is wonderful.
Ah, bloody oath.
Bloody oath. The idiots.
And now, my dears, comes the climax of the evening.
Oh. He's a priest, isn't he? What does it mean by climax? Go to sleep? Nope.
Godwin, you old goat.
Come here. Oh.
The priest has mounted up. What do you say, Henry? Shall we take a little ride of our own?
Be a bit more careful.
What is going on right now? This just took a complete turn. Why is he pretending to be a sheep? You're still so drunk. And we're still in trouble. Hence that little icon on the left of like the map bit at the top. They're going to hunt us down. What is... How much have they had to drink?
I have to say that was a fine evening.
I think he enjoyed that.
Godwin, you beast. Get up. Do you hear me? Wake up, you drunkards.
Oh, fucking hell.
Where the... Oh, what the... Oh, who the hell are you? Oh, Henry. My great friend, Henry. Didn't we have a wonderful time?
Well, you certainly did, you old lecher. Now you better pull yourself together quick. You haven't much time. There's some water and something to eat on the table there, but if I were you, I would move my hairy arse before my flock eats me alive.
Oh, step on in my head. My guts. Oh, my poor suffering stomach. Oh, what was that woman on about? Before my flock eats me alive. I've forgotten something. What have I forgotten?
Where the fuck am I?
What the fuck was it? Oh. Mass! Oh shit, I have to say mass. I gotta say mass. You have to help me.
How? You're the priest.
I can't do it in this state. Maybe the liturgy. But I have to give a sermon as well. Oh, this is a disaster. They're gonna excommunicate me.
I'd like to help you, but...
You can. You can do the sermon for me.
What? So, first I investigate a murder no one wants investigated. Then I drunkenly keep the whole town up all night. And now you want me to preach at them from the pulpit? Do you want them to burn us at the stake?
No. No, I've got it. Suppose that Sir Ratzig's protege. You just came from studying in Prague. And you want to share the words of Master Jan Hus, who you recently heard preaching there. Henry, look, from what I remember, we might have overdone it a bit last night. And if the bailiff or someone else complains about me, the bishop's gonna have my guts for garters. So I'd appreciate it if you stopped gaping at me like a stuffed squirrel and start helping.
You're mad. You're stark raving mad.
I'm not. It's a perfect plan. It's flawless. Oh. How about this? If you help me with this, I'll tell you who Lubosh's cronies are.
Why would he... Oh, okay. Fine. Alright, but I can't guarantee results. I guess.
Well, alright. But I can't make any promises about what'll happen.
No, neither can I.
What do you want me to do exactly?
I'll go and start the liturgy. Then I'll introduce you. You give the sermon I told you yesterday in the tavern, and that's that. No need to drag it out. If it turns out well, I'll tell you what I know about Lubos.
Christ almighty. Fine then. We have a deal.
Wonderful. Let's get to it then.
Show you the bailiff, or the bishop, is going to come down on us so badly. Like, so badly. Alright, coming in. Let's get this done. I'm still drunk. What the actual hell? I'm still drunk.
Hey, watch it.
How much did you actually drink? That was a wild night, though. It's a wild night indeed. Oh, it's got a really, really bad feeling. Horrible, horrible feeling.
What? What the hell?
I thought he'd never show up. The swill pup.
Look at him. He can hardly walk after his capers last night.
You were with them, you beast. Just you wait.
Look at him. Mother of God, any minute now he'll throw up.
Animals, I couldn't sleep a wink last night with all that clamor.
In nomine Patris, et Filii, et Spiritus Sancti. Amen. Accepit panem in sanctas at venerabiles a manus suas. Hac facite in meam commemorationem. Brothers and sisters, you may have had the honor of meeting Henry from Skalitz, who is here at the behest of Sir Hanush to investigate that heinous crime at Neuhof. You might not know that Henry recently visited Prague, where, by the grace of God, was able to hear Master Jan Hus from the esteemed Charles University preaching. I've managed to persuade Henry to stand here today in my stead and tell us what he heard. Because, as you all probably know, Jan Hus is a very popular preacher in Prague. So, Henry, you may begin.
Now I'm curious which one of them will puke first.
Brothers and sisters, let me get straight to the point. I'd like to talk about the church and how corrupt it is.
That boy has a cheek.
It worked, though. God stands at the head of the church. That does make sense. Yep.
One should not
Go along with
believe
that.
in the church, because the church is not God. God is above all things, and the church is but a means to salvation, which the prelates do not care to hear.
He's right.
Exactly. There we go. I'm doing an okay job.
It is the corruption of God's pastors here on earth that has brought misfortune on our heads. Plague, cumens, hunger, and chaos. The accursed wealth that the church is drowning in
Is this actually going well?
poisoning almost the whole of Christendom. When dogs are fighting over a bone, take the bone and they will stop. Just like the flock of ravens that has descended on this land to peck up every speck of gold and silver. They show no mercy. Their hearts are poisoned by covetousness. They trade everything. Everything is for sale. You want to baptize a child? Pay. You want to steal and murder? Pay, and you will have absolution. And the prelates sin and give themselves absolution.
For shame! Shame upon them!
Are people actually going with this? To sin is human.
It is the custom of the gluttonous prelates and monks to preach against sin. But what do they know of us ordinary folk? Let us remember the marriage at Cana, where our Lord Jesus Christ himself feasted with the other guests and drank his fill. And when the wine was gone, he performed a miracle and created more. He, whose companions were poor travellers, simple folk, prostitutes and troublemakers, performed a miracle so the feast could continue.
Now that's the kind of sermon I like to hear.
This is actually
No,
working out.
brothers and sisters, Jesus did not condemn alcohol. Drink to lighten the cross you bear in this vale of tears, but not with such abandon that you cannot keep holy the Sabbath. For there should be moderation in all things, and it is not drinking itself that is sinful, but intemperance and beastly indulgence.
He's right.
This is actually working. Just continue.
Enough
Keep
about
going.
sin, which the prelates are so fond of preaching about, and whose absolution they promise if you only pay enough coin to Mother Church. What if the devil himself were to pay? Will the bishops tell us he too would ascend to heaven? And what about those bishops? They sin without remorse, and with the money grasped from the poor for indulgences, they keep fine horses and hordes of servants to pamper them. They play dice and garb their mistresses in expensive furs, while Christ, the Lamb of God, walked barefoot and had nowhere to lay his head. Look to your consciences, you robbers of the poor, for you are seen by God and his people too.
Down with the prelates! Away with them!
We're fortunate to have our good Father Godwin. At least he's a fair and simple man.
Exactly. Okay. Try to
I say
conclude.
to you, in the words of Jan Hus, he who knows much, let him speak much. He who knows little, let him speak little. Let each speak as much as he knows, and he who knows nothing,
he's doing
let
that.
him at least teach his neighbour one virtuous deed by setting him good example and refraining from playing dice and from fornication. And that applies both to priests and to you, brothers and sisters.
Oh.
That's his conclusion.
That is all I heard in Prague. Amen.
It was a bad ending, but I think we done it. Did we get away with it? It wasn't too bad. I think we're okay.
The lad spoke well,
Oh.
considering what a soak he is.
He's right, that Hus.
The young man shouldn't drink so much, but the Lord's given him a silver
Glad he
tongue.
came here. I don't suppose I'll ever get to Prague, and he told it nicely.
We done it. Oh. Got away with it.
Well, well, my boy, you have talent, and I can't deny it. And you pulled a thorn from my side. I almost didn't make it.
Yeah, I noticed. But I wasn't the only one.
Oh, what's to be done? I'll make it up somehow.
So, about our bargain.
Although it's a sin.
So gluttony. And fornication.
God does forgive a penitent.
So, what did Limpy Lubosh tell you? Was he at Neuhof that day? Who was with him? And where are they now?
Now, slow down. I'm sorry, but he didn't tell me that much.
Don't let me down after all I've been through. For you...
Well, now Lubosh came to me shortly after it happened. His conscience was gnawing at him. And I must say, in the end, he turned out to be a better man than he looked. He said they'd been hired through some crony of theirs. And at first they were just to steal some horses. But then it all turned sour and people started getting killed. And neither he nor his cronies wanted anything to do with that. So they fell out from the gang and fled.
Fell out? Yeah, there was a body found in the woods by Neuhof.
That would explain something. Lubosh kept jabbering that he wasn't a murderer, that he didn't want to do it.
So I know that Lubosh killed the murderer and he's dead too. The trouble is, I need to find the ones who are still alive. I need names and places. Did he mention any of the others?
Only nicknames. Talked about some fella called Riki from Ledechko. Pious, Timmy.
Pious. That lot are about as pious as I am ordained.
Nonsense. You would make an excellent priest. And anyhow, with your skills, you ought to be able to sniff out this Riki from Ledechko, right?
Well, we'll have to now. There's not much else to go on. Let's hope he's not hanging from the wall, too.
Indeed. And I'd hate to be excommunicated for nothing. Anyhow, good luck. You watch out for yourself. These people clearly mean business. And I'd like to raise a tankard with you again sometime.
Yeah, I'll try. Although I'm not sure I'd survive another night of your debauchery.
And if anyone should ask, you heard nothing from me. I'll deny everything.
I don't doubt it.
I don't know how we got away with that, but we did. It was a great speech. We hit the bailiff last night, but he forgave us for that speech. That's how good it was. Thank you guys for watching though. Leave a like on the video. We have 2 new leads, and I can't wait. Bye-bye.